Texture is a key ingredient when it comes to telling stories with your camera, and it can really help your viewer understand how your subject or scene feels in a sort of visual, tactile kind of way. And it's what makes you feel like you can actually reach out and touch the subject through the photograph. Texture can be rough, it can be smooth, it can be silky, gritty, or even soft, and each type of texture evokes a different feeling and mood in your photos. And feeling is the key word to keep in mind here when you're searching and you're looking through your camera this month. So let's take a look at how to capture these tactile details most effectively. And it starts with choosing the right subject, of course. There's no end to the possibilities, and if you want to focus on natural textures, well, then a walk in the outdoors is a great place to start. Tree bark, leaves, rocks, water surfaces, animal fur if it's available, all of those are worth exploring. But you don't have to venture into the woods to find eye-catching textures. Concrete structures, brick walls and rusted metal, and all kinds of other industrial elements can draw the eye towards their texture. Different textured backgrounds can be the perfect setting for a portrait or even a still life shot. Many man-made items like fabrics or wooden furniture, rusted metal, I think I mentioned already, bricks, they all work well. Even your own kitchen or your local farmer's market could be a great source of inspiration too. Fruits and vegetables make great subjects, for example, as do all kinds of different raw ingredients, and countless other food subjects could inspire you for this one. Let's not forget human subjects, since elements like skin and hair and clothing are all fair game when it comes to texture. And while some subjects have so much texture that it just comes through without even trying very hard, other subjects really benefit from getting a texture kick through the creative use of light. So let's take a look at some lighting strategies that could enhance the texture quality in your photos. Light coming from the side creates a combination of highlights and shadows across your subject or scene that emphasizes the highs and lows of the surface. And the 3D quality of that surface really comes out with side light by revealing all of the subject's ridges and bumps and grooves. And side lighting almost always adds a degree of contrast to a scene. Remember that if you're not finding a natural supply of side light, it's also something that can be created as well. The simple flash on a light stand approach is a great way to bring some side light into a still life shot or a portrait shoot, as was the case in these photos. When the light is coming from behind, it can also help bring out the texture in a number of interesting ways. Backlight is what's making the petals of this water lily glow, enhancing its intricate texture. The same see-through effect helps bring out the texture of this autumn leaf and amplify the hot and dusty feeling of this scene. Soft, diffused light reduces harsh shadows and is great for appreciating intricate or complex textures, whether they're rough or smooth. For finer, softer subjects, try seeking out some complementary light by shooting under cloudy conditions. If you're working with artificial light, diffusing the flash with a softbox or an umbrella will take the edge off the light and will complement the delicate subjects much better. Direct light from the front can flatten out textures, but sometimes that's the effect that you want for certain subjects. Just be willing to experiment and change up your approach based on the results that you're getting from different lighting scenarios. Here's another idea. Try getting up close to your subject. Macro photography is excellent for capturing fine details and texture. Texture makes a great excuse to break out the macro lens or any lens that focuses a little bit closer, since some textures can't really be seen very well from a distance. In fact, you'll notice that a lot of the example photos that I'm showing here are taken from a very close distance. A telephoto lens can be just as handy as a macro lens in this respect, because it can bring your subject much closer, emphasizing texture and detail. Speaking of possibilities, try experimenting with different angles. Shooting from a low and close point of view can help bring out the texture in a single subject, or an overhead angle can even reveal textures in a group of items or a larger structure that are not even visible from more conventional perspectives. Drone photography could be great in this respect, since the straight down perspective brings out textures in the landscape that would otherwise be invisible. Last but not least, when you're processing your shots, try to enhance or reduce the edginess of your textures by adjusting the contrast, clarity, and sharpness of your picture in Lightroom. This can help either by adding a little additional snap or by smoothing things out if that's more appropriate. So that was just a part of one of our fun monthly photo challenges that we send out to our amazing members over at viewfindermastery.com. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and consider subscribing. And if you want to be challenged, then become a member and give it a shot. You'll get thoughtful professional critique from our team, plus you'll get access to our entire library of quality photography lessons and Adobe Lightroom courses. So become a member if you're ready to have fun, to be challenged, and to start taking your photography further today. Thanks for watching, and we will see you over at viewfindermastery.com.